Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Debt here. Today's video is going to be about motivation and how you could stay motivated while you go down your debt-free journey. If you want to know exactly what those 6 steps are, please stick around. I'm going to be sharing them shortly. But before I do that, I want to let you know about my story and why I'm here making these videos. I got into debt when I was 22 years old after investing in an expensive real estate course that promised me the world and didn't deliver anything close to that. After that, I got in my own head and made a series of bad investments afterwards, which led me to accumulating over $200,000 in debt. And after 7 long years, I still have 2 years to go to pay it off. But through my experience, I realized that everybody struggles with debt, and it is extremely hard to navigate and escape the situation that you find yourself in. Which is why I wanted to start this YouTube channel, because I wanted to share what I'm going through and create a community that you can use to get the support, the guidance, share your own experiences, and learn from one another. Which brings me to the 6 steps that I wanted to talk about, and that's having a support system, making sure you have someone that can keep you disciplined, understand that discipline and consistency is what you need to change your circumstance, not giving up even when you get in your own head, making sure that you're still taking action, and listen to the advice that you'd give if someone else were struggling. Now, for a support system, one of the biggest challenges of paying off debts is staying motivated. And it's so easy to get discouraged when you feel like you're not making progress or an unexpected expense comes along the way. And that's why it's really important to have that support system, because they're going to be able to pick you up when you fall down. And having someone that can keep you disciplined, it's hard to stay disciplined when you get in your own head. But having that family friend that you can turn to is really crucial to pick you up and to really support you when you're down. But at the same time, not a lot of us have the luxury of having friends and family around us that we can talk to. And some of you may have people around you, but you don't want to open up to them because you don't want to you don't want to hear what they're going to have to say. You're maybe afraid of what they're going to think of you, how they're going to react. But also, you might just not want to burden them, because I am in that same situation where I'm lucky enough to have family and friends around me who are willing to hear me out and willing to talk to me. But sometimes I don't open up because I feel like everyone else is struggling with their own stuff in lives, and the last thing they need is to have me dump my own problems onto them. And whether that's how you feel, or whether unfortunately you don't have anybody in your life to turn to, remember that you can always turn to me. Okay, I'm not gonna say that I'm a therapist or an expert by any means, because I'm not one. I'm just someone who has been through and is going through what you're going through, and I'm willing to share my experiences and to lend an ear out to anybody who really needs it. And if you need someone to talk to, feel free to reach out, and I'll make sure that we have a conversation. And that brings us to understanding the importance that discipline and consistency is what you need to change your circumstances. Because if you're struggling to stay motivated, having discipline and consistency are key pillars to having that successful debt-free journey. And it's important to make a plan and stick to it. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be times where you're going to want to veer off course, or there's going to be times where you do veer off course. And even if you do, then you have to be easy on yourself and just remember that you have to get back on course. But when you have that plan and you stick to it, there's going to have to be sacrifices made. You're going to have to cut back on unnecessary expenses, and you're going to have to remember to find ways to earn an extra income and make those sacrifices right now in the short term to help out the long term. Because remember, the situation that you're in is only temporary. It's not going to last forever. And if you stay consistent and disciplined, it's only a matter of time before you get out of the situation that you're finding yourself in right now. Which brings us to making sure that you don't give up when you get in your own head. It's really important to feel that, or to remember that you're not alone. And if you're struggling to stay motivated, it's really easy to get in your own head and to feel like you're alone and that you're never gonna get out of a situation that you find yourself in, because I know that feeling. I had those weeks where I wanted to just come home, turn off the lights, go in my room, and just sleep the days away because I wanted to pass the time. I couldn't deal with all the pressures that was going on, and the only way that I could cope with that is just making sure that I come home, go through the same daily tasks, and just sleep the nights away because I just couldn't deal with it anymore. But if you find yourself in that situation, please reach out to someone to talk to, because it's not good to get in your own head. And when you're in your own head, you need someone else to help you get out of there. And if you don't, like I said before, have anybody to talk to, remember you could always reach out to me. But once you remember that you have to have that support system, you have to create the support system, make sure that you have someone that can keep you disciplined, and understand that discipline and consistency is what you're going to need to change your circumstance. That's when you have to remember that action is what matters. At the end of the day, it's really important to take action. And you watching this video is a really great first step, because you could be doing something else out there in the world, but you're here watching this video because you want to make the change. And that's a great first step. And the next step that you have to make afterwards is create that budget. Look at your finances and take control of the situation that you find yourself in. Okay? And after that, you have to pay off a small debt, or even reach out to someone who you feel like has been through the situation or who is going through the situation that can help you out. Just seek that help and make sure that taking action is what matters at the end of the day, because you can plan all throughout the day, all the days of the year, but if you don't take action, everything is going to be for naught. And then the last point is take the advice that you give to someone else who is struggling. Now, you have to remember to be kind to yourself, because we often fail to help ourselves, but we would never hesitate to offer help to someone else who we'd find struggling, whether that be a friend, family member, or even a stranger. So take that step back to think about the advice that you tell a friend if they were struggling, and chances are that advice you need to take yourself. And I know it's hard because you get down on yourself, and it's so easy to beat yourself up because you feel like you put yourself in this situation, and how could you be this stupid, or how could you even make the decisions that you made to find yourself here. But remember that everybody makes mistakes. You're not the only one, and you're not going to be the only one. Okay, but be easy on yourself and take the advice that you'd give to someone else. So that's the video, guys. If you found this helpful, if you find this content useful, please like this video, subscribe to this channel to join our community, and share this video to anyone else who you know needs to hear the message. I look forward to making more content like this. And as always, everybody, remember, shoulders back, chin up, and I'll see you on the next one.